What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, we got to talk about a few different rumors regarding Scream 7, but all kind of centered around Neve Campbell. One thing I want to say before I get too far in, I really need these strikes to just freaking end, because I think the longer that we kind of just all sit here, the longer these rumors just continue to devour us. And look, ultimately, not too much new things have kind of entered the picture. This back and forth of, at one point, Neve was going to be in, then she's out, then she's in, and where we're at right now in the rumor cycle is that she's in, is that she was negotiating the deal back in the day, back before the strikes, and whether or not she signed on, it's looking pretty good that she is going to sign on, even if she didn't, and she would be in Scream 7. The biggest thing to me that kind of stands out is the one rumor going around that Scream 7 would be a Sydney-focused story. Now, you can go to your favorite Scream creator and already see pretty much like 10 of them made videos on this. Hopefully, I can bring something a little bit different to it. Hopefully I already did by saying I just want all this to kind of end the strikes. Let's get to filming so we can figure out what this freaking movie is going to be, and then let's all watch it and enjoy it. But I'm kind of done, I'll be honest, with the back and forth of will they, won't they, will Jenna Ortega be in it, will she not, will Neve Campbell be in it, will she not. Let's just get an answer, a definitive answer, and move on and get excited, I guess, about the film. But again, the one thing that does stand out is, okay, well, if it were to be a Sydney-centric movie, number one, like, would that even work? Would that even be something that people would like? Those are two different questions, I guess I would say. In terms of would it work, I don't actually know. I don't actually think, even in my heart, I love Neve Campbell. I love Sydney Prescott. I want her to be in 7, just like I want her to be in 6. I think pivoting the franchise in such a, and it is a weird way, I want to throw in that word, because I do think that would be the number one word, or one of the words that people would say when this movie would be coming out, is, well, I thought we have the Carpenter sisters. Why are we jumping back to Sydney as the main character? Now, is there parts of that that I like? Sure. And if Sydney were in Scream 7, would I want her to be a main focus? Yes. But for her to be the thing versus maybe one of the things, those are two very different situations. I also think you have to think about the recent success, and why would you drop the idea of having, although Sam kind of polarizing as a character, at least in 5, not so much in 6, and then the continuing star power of Jenna Ortega, whether she's in it or not. Again, we've had that discussion 50 times. Why would you want to, in the middle of things, I guess technically not the middle, but in the final act, the third movie in this trilogy, why would you want to suddenly just redo it and go with Sydney? I feel like it would just probably be the wrong decision. So I actually, and that may be kind of odd, because I am, I would say, one of the bigger Sydney pushers. I think there's a lot of people saying, her story is done and we don't need her. I agree to some extent, but I think I have actually been one of the more vocal. They obviously didn't think her story was over. They brought her back in 5. They were going to bring her back in 6. The negotiations fell apart. Clearly, they're not done with her, so let her be in these movies. I think I've been one of the main people that have been saying it, but at the same time, to completely push away everything that you've been doing, that doesn't sound like a good move for this movie. And again, with Jenna Ortega and the core 4, like, why would you just kind of push them away? Maybe it's because of filming schedules, but that's the thing, that's the issue, I guess, with talking about all this stuff right now, is it's all so in the dark. And again, I really am tired of the back and forth. But look, for what it's worth, all these people, and several of them friends of the channel, we talk Beyond the Mask, Critical Overlord, Steven of Craven Something Scary, these are great guys. And so, if they're saying it, now some of them believe it more than others, and some of them have, I think, better insiders than others, but still, I guess I would lean on, well, if they're going to believe it, or if they feel confident in their people, I feel confident in them. So I guess nobody talks to me, by the way. I really don't care. It is what it is. But no, where we're at right now, let's just get these strikes done and out of the way. I do think Neve is coming back for 7. I think in my heart of hearts believe that. I think the Fan Expo, which I was part of, and I guess I didn't ask her the right question, in Denver, I probably should have asked her something to become a very juicy kind of topic. But that is like the biggest thing to go off of. Why would she not be able to talk about it, right? I think she is in negotiations, if not already signed. So that's all good. Then it's just, is she going to be in it for 5 to 8 minutes, or is she going to be a legitimate part? I think the theories of, like, if you're ending this chapter of Scream, and I don't want to say the entire franchise because you're not. I mean, for as much as they might say that leading into this movie, which I think they could, I think they could constantly be saying like final chapter, final act, whatever. It's not true. I mean, once this movie, if this movie, I guess, makes a boatload of money, they're not stopping. You think you're going to stop making Ghostface, you know, that kind of just icon there? Makes too much money for the small budget. We've talked about that before. There will be a Scream 8, 9, 10. As long as the movies do well, they'll continue. But if you're going to wrap up the Carpenter sisters, and maybe you want to wrap up the Sydney stuff and everything and start literally brand new with Scream 8, which I don't know if that's the right move, but if that is what they do, that's what they do, then having Sydney be a main part of it. I've seen that speculation going around. If you're going to end kind of everything, Sydney needs to be in it. I very much believe that. Even if Sam is like the main and you're kind of like following her, this final arc of will she, won't she kind of give into the darkness, even if it's ending the Carpenter sisters as its main focus, if this is the end of what we currently know as Scream, Sydney, Gale, they all have to come back. I firmly believe that. And then we can kind of, as the dust settles, we can figure out who's left, I guess, for Scream 8, 5-6 years down the line. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. And I hope to see you all on the next one.